Hey, yo, what is up, everybody? Coach Chad here, and welcome into 30 Days to a Higher Close Rate. This is a series where I take a struggling online coach who has an 11% close rate and raise it in just 30 days. And today we are at day 9, and specifically, we are talking about the pitch. And this is an area where a lot of online coaches mess up. There's really a couple of key mistakes that online coaches make in the pitch. Number one, they ask the pitch open-ended. They say, all right, amazing. Our program is 6 months long. It's $4,000 on a payment plan, $3,000 paid in full. What's best for you? And they ask open-ended. And when you ask an open-ended question, you're going to get an open-ended response, which means that you're going to basically get more objections. But when you ask an A-B question, you are going to get an A-B answer. Hey, our program is 6 months long. It's $4,000 on a payment plan or $3,000 paid in full. What's best for you? Payment plan or pay in full? A, B answer, higher likelihood of getting an A, B response. Now, another mistake that coaches are making in the pitch is they don't ask for the commitment. This one drives me freaking insane, man. I can't tell you how many coaches don't ask for the commitment. They got the person right on the ropes. They handled any objections. The person says they want to do it. And the individual, the coach, just doesn't ask for the commitment. You got to say, great, are we committing to this? Great, are we finally committing to this and losing these 50 pounds once and for all? Are we doing this thing or what, right? Ask for the commitment. And you might have to ask for the commitment 5 to 10 times before you get a yes. Okay, I can't tell you, it drives me freaking insane, man. Coaches just don't ask for the commitment. All right, anyways, I'm getting passionate. Let's get into the video. What you guys are gonna see is with our client, Hunter, I'm gonna role play out the scenario, role play out the pre-pitch and the pitch. So you're gonna be able to see it live in action. You're also gonna learn what to do when they say pay in full or when they say payment plan. So without further ado, let's get into it.
So what we're gonna rip today, you're gonna take me through the pre-pitch again, but then you're gonna take me through the pitch. All right, so let's go through this question by question. Okay, so the first one's just a simple buy-in question, right? We ask all these questions. We're trying to isolate concerns before we pitch. We get them reconnected to their why, right? Been like, for you, it might be 2 hours since they talked about their why, but for a normal call, it'd be like 45 minutes, right? So just a quick reconnection there. All right, but then for this is just getting their buy-in, right? So based on what you saw today, basically just asking them like, do you want to see what the next steps are, right? Do you want to see what the investment is, right? They say yes. Now, one little like asterisk I put here is don't get thrown off too much by their vibe, because they might have like a sales shield up because they know now we're talking about money. So they might be like, yeah, right? Like, so if their vibe isn't like 100% all in, like just don't get thrown off by that. It could just be like just natural, just that's how people react to sales, right? So once we get their buy-in, the next thing that I like to do you have just one length of term or do you have multiple lengths of term?
Just one right now.
Okay, cool. So we can actually skip over this then. Because what this was, I'll just kind of explain it if you ever go, is having them choose what length of term they think is best, actually giving them some power. This way they feel like they're in control of the sales process. And if they feel like they're in control of like making this package, right? Thought process is like, they're not going to say no to something that they came up with, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about that. So how long is your
6 months.
Okay, cool. I think I knew that. All right, so you're actually just going to skip to this, all right? So you're going to say, great, let's get into everyone's favorite part, the investment. So for 6 months, it's X on a payment plan or X paid in full. This last part's really important. What's best for you, payment plan or pay in full? So let me explain this. So I like to say an A-B, right? Because then you're going to get an A-B response. If we just leave this open-ended, right, that's when like things can get a little tricky here, but you're trying to guide them down that path, right? So payment plan, pay in full, what's best for you? Payment plan, pay in full, right? They respond payment plan or they respond pay in full. How do you pitch it currently?
So I'll say, I'll kind of go through like, hey, there's, this is what I've been doing. It's probably really dumb, but I'm like, hey man, there's like 2 numbers I'll throw out at you. It's a lot easier to talk about this in terms of paid in full. Okay. So paid in full, this covers the full 6 months. Okay. So there's one number. This is just like what this costs. This is the standard rate that we do for the 6 months. And then the second number is where I take a big hit for guys that are willing to jump in and do so quickly. Okay. So The first number is
Sorry to interrupt this video, but I got something really cool for you guys. Have you ever wondered how much more money you can make if you increase your close rate? Well, I actually created a calculator that will give you that exact answer. Click the link below, literally 30 seconds, and you'll find out how much more money you can make if you increase your close rate. All right, back to the video.
is 4,500. That covers the full 6 months. Okay. Second number, like I said, this is where I take a big hit and I kind of go through that. Here's why, blah, 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 blah. So, essentially getting down to that, I take $1,300 off, which makes it 3,200. Okay.
That's 4,500 on a payment plan.
45, basically, like if they leave that call, they come back in a week or a month, like it's 4,500. If we can make a decision like on that call or in the next 24 hours, it's 32 is what we're based off of. So that's paid in full. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't do payment plans on 30.
So the payment plans, if we get there, it's more of, hey man, what we can do is I'll go walk through we can use a points card. We can do Klarna, we can do Afterpay. Those, are kind of more dependent on credit, right? Or you can pay me directly, right? So what I usually do is I'll do $1,000 down and then $100 weekly or $150 weekly, right? So incrementally more expensive the more you break it out.
You're working off of that 4,500 number?
I'm working off of the 32.
So 32 is pay in full and payment plan?
32 is if you pay it in one time quickly, right? It's kind of like the fast action discount essentially. And I'm completely open to changing this because I don't love it. It kind of sounds confusing as I talk about it. But yeah.
So how do you, 3,200 is the pay in full. How are you also doing it for payment plan?
So 32 is the paid in full. If we split it up and you're paying me directly, it will be incrementally more expensive. Okay. So we can do $1,000 down and then $100 weekly. That ends up being 3,400 over the course of the 6 months. Or we can go straight weekly, which is $150 a week, $600 a month, $3,600.
What does that work out into in total?
3,600. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
I think what I'm struggling with is I think we need to have a bigger gap between those two. And I like to just A/B. So it's like literally pay in full or just go
Or
weekly
payment
or
plan.
monthly. Yeah. Payment plan.
And we'll work on the structure of that tomorrow. But
yeah.
So I know, really, it's actually 3,600 and 3,200.
Yes. Yeah.
If someone says yes to you today. Okay.
Yes.
Does anyone ever do the 4,500?
Occasionally. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What do most people do?
Most people either do 32 paid in full or the 1,000 down and 100 a week. Those are
what's the total on that one again?
That one's 34. So it's like barely, yeah. So I feel like I need to have a bigger gap there or just take away the the down payment thing. I don't mind it. Like on my end, I like it. But again, I'm just trying to simplify to where this isn't just I don't want them to make too many decisions at this point. That was what was killing me like a year ago.
No, I agree. It's a little confusing.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm just doing some math. So 3,800 over 6 months is 633 a month. 32 divided by 533. Okay. What if we did this and we could just test this out for now? But what if you pitched it like this and you said 4,000 payment plan or 3,200 paid in full?
Yeah, I like that.
So you're just like, great. All right, let's get into everyone's favorite part, the investment. So for 6 months, it's $4,000 on a payment plan or 3,200 paid in full. What's best for you? Payment plan or pay in full?
I like that.
Now they give you an answer, and then obviously from there you work out terms.
Yes.
All right. So let's rip with that for a little bit.
I like it.
Okay, cool. So if they say pay in full, it's very simple. All you say is let's freaking go. Usually what I do is I give them a little air high five. And then I just say, great, are we committing to this? Very simple. They say yes. And then I'm assuming you do this, but you share your screen, walking through payment, walking through contract, all that's done on the call, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Some coaches don't. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you not signing the deal on the call? All right, so that's for pay in full. Very simply, are we committing to this? Okay.
Yep.
Now, if they say payment plan, all right, this is how I usually handle it. So I say, great. All right, for a payment plan, we're really going to break this up into down payment and then remaining payment. All right. For what most clients are doing for our down payment, and then I give them a range, right? So let's say for you, it's like you want that 1,000 number. Let's give them the range like 500 to 1,500, right? So I'll say, great. What most clients are doing is they're putting anywhere down from 500 to 1,500. Within that range, what's best for you? Okay. They give me a number, and then I just work out the math for the remaining of the payment plan. Which, like I said, we don't have to worry about that today. We can talk about what that looks like tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if somebody tells me payment plan, that is the next thing that I'm saying.
Cool. Love it.
All right, cool. Then they say, let's say they say they're going to put $1,000 down for the remaining, right? You could say, great. So what do you prefer? Smaller monthly payments or larger chunks spread out for the remaining? All right. Then they make a choice. You work out the terms. Whenever the terms are finalized, all you're going to say is, great. Are we committing to this? Get them to say yes, close the deal. All right. Once they say they are committing to whatever they're committing to, you're just going to walk them through the next steps, right? But you always want to pre-frame that. So you say, great. So what we're going to do next, we're going to take care of the payment on the call. We're going to get the contract signed, and then we're going to begin the onboarding process. This way, in their mind, they know what's coming next. Then I just share the screen and walk them through those steps.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right. Any questions on this?
No, I think it's just a logistical thing. Like, I've had issues like getting a number, like a credit card number from them and it actually working with Stripe. And so what I've reverted to is more just like sending them the link via text and then having them fill it out on their end.
Have you ever ran into an issue with that?
No, but I mean, it might create the guys that are in, they're in and they're just going to do it, but I have been like, there have been times when it's like, yeah, man, like I got to run, like I'll take care of this like in like 30 minutes or an hour, and it's like, okay,
Right. Well,
so,
hopefully that comes down because we're trying to fish out as many concerns as possible.
Yes. Okay.
So usually that's just an unanswered concern. But I use Wave. We've had no problem with just taking the credit card over. And like I said, I have my screen shared so they can see what I'm doing. And then I just, ask them, all right, credit card, expiration, CVV, blah, blah, blah.
Perfect. Okay. Got it.
But with your method, I mean, if you're not having any like inherent problems, then just continue to do it. Okay. My only concern would be like, does it automatically save their credit cards for reoccurring payments?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, you're probably totally fine then.
Yeah. So basically I'd be like, I'm creating like your unique, link, and this will be just, just go ahead and, get that done, blah, blah.
And I like I said, I like having the screen shared. This way they can see what I'm doing. I think it just builds more trust and transparency.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay.
And I'll do that for the contract too. All right. So what we're going to run through today, you're going to run me through the pre-pitch again. You're going to run me through this pitch. Like I said, this stuff is pretty straightforward. So I don't see us doing multiple reps. And then tomorrow will be fun. We'll really like dive into what payment plans you're actually going to
love it. Okay. Beautiful.
All right. Let me just pull it up on my end so I can follow along. All right. I'm ready whenever you are.
Let me make sure I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Section 5.
Yep. 5 and 6.
Perfect. All right. Awesome, man. So like I mentioned in the beginning of this entire call, is just make sure we have mutual alignment. Based on our conversation so far, I feel 100% confident that you make an excellent fit for Monolith and that we can help you accomplish this goal, lose the 50 pounds in the next 6 months. But man, alignment goes both ways. So I want to ask you some questions just to make sure we're a good fit for you. Does that sound good?
It does. All right. I want you to redo that. You know what to say, but just say it in your voice.
In my voice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. So like I mentioned before, like this entire process, this whole call is meant to just see if we have like literal mutual alignment. We're on the same page. And based on everything you've told me, everything you've walked me through, like I 100% think that we can get you to this goal, losing the 50 pounds in the next 6 months. I would love to take you there. I think you'd be a great fit for the community, and that we can help you accomplish this, dude. I'm really excited to have you. And so, man, alignment goes both ways, right? So I want to ask some questions just to make sure like you are in a good spot. We are a good fit for you. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's good with me.
Awesome, man. So, dude, first thing you'd have to consider is, do you feel 100% confident that Monolith Movement can help you accomplish this goal?
Yeah, 100%.
Love it, man. Okay, so the second thing you'd have to consider is, do you have the time to fully dedicate to accomplishing this goal? Like I said before, the minimum effective dose here is probably 5 hours a week to be successful. Can you give at least 5 hours a week of your time for this goal?
I believe so. Yeah.
Love it, man. Sounds like we're tracking. I love it, dude. So, last alignment question is you'd have to consider our, last alignment question you'd have to consider is our program aside, do you yourself, like looking inward, knowing yourself better than anybody else, do you feel confident 100% that you can accomplish this goal?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So, man, before we get into everybody's favorite part, the investment, the money, all that stuff, I want to hear you say it again. Like, what is the number one reason you want to accomplish this goal?
Yeah, I just want to be a good example for my family. I have been in a lot of areas, but in health and fitness, I haven't. And I think that they deserve that.
Yeah. Amen, dude. Let's make it happen, dude. So,
All right, I'm going to pause you.
yep.
Let's run that one more
Yeah.
time, but try to make it your voice now.
Yeah.
So once again, it's mutual alignment, make sure it goes both ways, right? Believe in the program, time, believe in self. Program, time, self. Program, time, self. Then get me to say my why again.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
All right, let's do that one more time.
All right. So, man, like I mentioned earlier, like this whole call, this whole process is to make sure that we have mutual agreement. Like we are aligned. We want the same things. We're heading in the same direction. And based on everything you've walked me through, everything you've told me, I 100% feel confident that you would make an amazing fit for muscle discipleship. Like I'd love to have you around in our community. And I know that we can help you accomplish this goal, dude. And so alignment goes both ways, right? So I want to ask you some questions just to make sure we are a good fit for you. Does that sound good?
Yep, sounds
Awesome,
good.
man. So, man, the first thing you really have to consider is, do you feel 100% confident that monolith movement, muscle discipleship can get you to accomplish this goal?
Yes, sir.
I love it, man. So the second thing you have to consider is, do you have the time to fully dedicate here? Like I mentioned earlier, dude, like minimum effective dose here is 5 hours a week to like really strap down, really get the result you want. And so can you dedicate at least 5 hours a week to make this happen?
Yeah, I can do that.
Love it, man. We're tracking. Let's go. So last alignment question you'd have to consider is like, our program aside, right? Just looking at yourself, looking inward, knowing yourself better than anybody, do you feel 100% confident that you can accomplish this goal?
I do.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Let's go. So before we get into everybody's favorite part, money and investment, all that stuff, man, I just want to hear you say it again, dude. What is the number one reason you want to accomplish this goal?
Lead by example. Show my family that it's possible.
Amen, dude. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
So much better.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel good.
Let's get into this.
All right, man. Let's make it happen, dude. So based on what you saw today, our conversation, do you feel like we have alignment? And would you like to hear the next steps that it takes to get into monolith movement?
Yeah, I feel like we got alignment. I'm interested.
I love it, dude. I love it, man. So, man, we do one thing and we do it very, very well. We run for 6 months. Obviously, I think that works out perfectly because you need to lose 50 pounds, and that's typically the time we want to take. Okay, and so, so we'll run for six.
The investment for the next 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. So the investment for the next 6 months is $4,000 on a payment plan or $3,200 paid one time in full. So what is best for you, payment plan or pay in full?
So good. Pay in full.
Pay in full. Okay. Amazing, dude. I love it, man. This is a step you should be super, super proud of, dude. Are we committing to this?
Yes, sir. All right. Play it back.
Yeah.
Payment plan.
Payment plan. Okay. All right, dude. Let's make it happen, man. So based on what you saw today, our conversation, do you feel like we have alignment, and would you like to hear about the next steps it takes to get into muscle discipleship?
Oh, sorry. Just payment plan.
Just a payment plan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, man. So let's get into everyone's favorite part, the investment. So For 6 months, we either do $4,000 on a payment plan or $3,200 paid one time in full. So what's best for you, a payment plan or pay in full?
Payment plan.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, oh gosh, I got lost. Okay, so yeah, man. So a lot of guys do this. So what we'll do is we can either run it as a down payment plus monthly or just straight monthly. So when guys do a down, and I'll just go straight into, we are expecting a down payment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Say,
Perfect.
great. The way that we do this is first we'll discuss the down payment and then we'll discuss the rest from there.
Awesome. Okay.
What most students are doing, give the range. What's
Okay.
best?
Okay. Perfect, man. Yeah, man. So for a split payment, what we usually do is we do a down payment plus monthly. Most of our students are doing between $500 and $1,500. No. Sorry.
Not down payment plus monthly. Say the way that we just say the way that we
figure it out.
Yeah. The way we
Okay.
work plans, the first thing we'll talk about is the down payment, and then we'll figure out the rest from there.
Okay. Awesome, man. So the first thing we'll talk about is a down payment, and then we'll figure out the rest from there. So most of our students are putting down between $500 and $1,500 down. What would work best for you?
1,000.
1,000. Okay. Awesome, man. So 1,000. Let me do some math here. So how do you prefer to split up the rest of the payments? You want like smaller monthly payments or larger chunks more spread out?
Larger chunks.
Larger chunks. Okay. So if we do 1,000 down, your remaining payments would be 1,000 every month until, so I basically just go through that.
Bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly. Okay. So larger chunks. Okay. So with 1,000 down, your remaining payments would be 1,000 every 2 months. What do you say, man? Are we committing to this once and for all?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, good. So do you say are we committing to this part? Is that a part of your process currently?
No.
Like, what's your final closing statement?
It would be just like, basically just like, all right, are we doing this? Are you in?
Cool. Yeah, that's good. That's the same
Something
shit.
like that.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you say it. And you might have to say it, and when we get into the objection handling, we'll talk about this more, but like every time you feel like you have them, like you'll say, are we committing to this? And you might have to say that like 5 to 10 times before you close them. It's the only reason I'm like highlighting that right now is it's one of the things I see coaches don't do enough is like they just don't ask for the close. They don't say like, are we doing this?
Yeah.
That's good that you do that. Okay.
Just kind of assumed. Okay.
That's cool. All right. Let's run through the whole thing again. 5,
Okay.
5, 6. We'll end when we have one clean rep.
Yeah. All right, man. So like I mentioned in the beginning, this entire call, this whole process is just to make sure we have mutual alignment and agreement. Like we want the same things. We're heading in the same direction. And man, based on everything you've told me, our whole conversation, like I 110% feel confident that you would make an excellent fit for muscle discipleship. I would love to have you in this community. I would love to help you get there. I know we can help you accomplish this goal, man. But alignment goes both ways. Okay. So I want to ask you some questions just to make sure that we are a good fit for you. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome, man. So first thing that you would have to consider is, do you feel 100% confident in muscle discipleship that it can help you accomplish this goal?
Yeah, from what I saw today. Yeah.
Love it, man. Okay. So the second thing you'd have to consider is, do you have the time to fully dedicate to accomplishing this goal? So like I said earlier, the minimum effective dose here is about 5 hours a week to be successful in muscle discipleship. So can you give at least 5 hours a week for this goal?
Yeah, I can do that.
Love it, man. We're tracking. Let's go, dude. So last alignment question you'd have to consider is, man, our program aside, take this completely out of the equation. Do you yourself, looking inward, feel 100% confident that you can accomplish this goal?
Yes, I do.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about, dude. So, man, before we get into everybody's favorite part, the investment, the money, all that fun stuff, I just want to hear you say it again, dude. What is the number one reason you want to accomplish this goal?
Leading by example for my family. My kids are getting really out of shape, and I think it's because they see me out of shape.
Dude, amen, bro. Let's make it happen, man. So based on what you saw today in our conversation, do you feel like we have alignment, and would you like to hear the next steps that it'll take to get into muscle discipleship?
Say that again, but
Okay,
your language.
less weird. Okay. Well, dude, let's make it happen, man. So based on everything we walked through, everything you saw today, our conversation, everything leading up until this point, do you feel like we have alignment? And would you like to hear the next steps that it'll take for you to get into this thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, man. Okay. Well, man, we really have one thing. We do one thing very, very, very well. We run for 6 months within muscle discipleship, which is perfect because you need to lose 50 pounds. That's what we expect that to take. And so for 6 months in muscle discipleship, we can either, we either do 4,000 on a payment plan or 3,200 paid in full. So what is best for you? Is it a payment plan or paid in full?
It's painful.
Paid in full. Amazing, dude. I am super pumped. This is a big step. You should be very, very proud of yourself, dude. Are we committing to this?
Yes, sir. All right, now pitch me again. Don't go from the top. Just say the pitch, and
Yep.
then painful.
Okay. All right, man. So let's get in everybody's favorite part. For 6 months, we either do 4,000 on a payment plan or $3,200 paid in full. So what is best for you? Is it a payment plan or just paid in full?
Definitely going to be a payment plan.
Payment plan. Okay, that's great, man. A lot of our clients do that. Not a huge deal. So for the payment plan, what we typically do is we do a down payment and figure the rest out after. So most of our students are doing between $500 to $1,500 down, and then we figure the rest out. So for a down payment, what would you want to do?
It's probably going to have to be closer to that 500 number.
Okay, let's call it 500. Okay, so let me do some math here. So 500, that leaves 3,500. Okay. Let me see here. 35. So for the rest of that, would you rather that be just monthly split payments or some larger payments kind of more spread out?
What would it look like monthly?
The monthly, we're looking at $583 per month.
Okay. All right, let's do that.
So 500 down, 583 per month.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man.
Really
man.
good. Sorry, not to cut you off, but I gave kind of a wishy-washy answer for the down payment, and you took control. So what a lot of closers will do there is like they also will reflect non-confidence, but you showed confidence, said, great, let's call it that. That was good. Keep doing that.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay, I would call that a clean rep. Now, I do want to give you a couple of tricky ones, but it's specifically going to be for the pre-pitch. All right, so ask me if I believe in the program, that first confirmation question.
Okay. Awesome, man. So the first thing that you would have to consider is, do you feel 100% confident that muscle discipleship can help you accomplish this goal?
I'm not 100% sure. I'm probably like 90% of the way there.
90%. Okay, so what is that 10%?
I'm just not sure if there's enough support.
Enough support. Okay. Well, man, we can go back to that slide. I mean, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is being super, super, super available. Okay. This is the thing that not many programs can do. The big thing we do is we are a text away. Not just me, but Aaron, like I showed you, Johnny, like I showed you, dude, literally a text away. I get pissed when I don't hear things from guys because I want to know what's going on. And if you, so the more you tell me, the better this goes. I expect to hear everything, man. And so, man, I can promise you this is a level of support that you will be hard pressed to find anywhere else.
Cool. All right, good. The part that I like the most is that you're going to take me back to that slide. 9 times out of 10, they maybe weren't paying attention on that slide and they didn't hear everything that you said. So you can give your spiel and that's fine. But I would say like, all right, maybe you missed something in the presentation. Let's go back. Let's just make sure that you understand everything fully. And if you still don't feel like you have the support, then we can have the conversation from there.
Okay. I like that. Yep.
So that's what I would say. Let's go ahead and just rep that really quick.
Cool.
Cut the spiel down and just kind of get to that point.
Okay. Do you want me to literally pull it back up or just?
Not for, but that's what we would do.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome, man. So the first thing that you'd have to consider is, do you feel 100% confident that muscle discipleship can help you accomplish this goal?
I'm like 90% of the way there.
90%. Okay, so what is that other 10%?
I'm just not sure if it has enough support for me, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, man. Well, dude, let's go back to the slide, man, because there's a couple things I don't know, might have been lost in translation. Let's make sure you have it all down. You understand. If there's still some lack of certainty, we'll have that conversation and talk through the support. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
All right. Now just ask me the very next question after
Okay.
that.
All right, man. So the second thing you'd have to consider is, do you have the time to fully dedicate to accomplishing this goal? Like I said before, the minimum effective dose to be successful in muscle discipleship is 5 hours a week. Can you give at least 5 hours a week for this goal?
Honestly, Hunter, between like kids and church and after school stuff, like I don't know, it's a tall order for me.
Yeah, man, for sure. Well, dude, let's go back to the slide because I think there was a couple things that might have been missed in translation. Let's go back to there. We can walk through kind of how this all looks.
Sorry, my face was a telltale.
That was a good, yeah.
I wasn't trying to make a face, it just happened.
Sorry, I was like, but no, I was like, man,
Going back to the slide is going to be for program.
for program.
Time, we already are providing them that number, right? So this is going to be reconnect with why, ask for resourcefulness, right?
Yes,
So
yeah,
okay. Say, hey, no, totally understand life is busy. I know earlier in the call you said you have to lead by example. You know, your kids are getting unhealthy. They're feeling the effect of you not being that example, right? Like, are you open to getting resourceful so we can find a time to make this work?
Yep. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, man, the second thing you'd have to consider is, do you feel like you have the time to fully dedicate to accomplishing this goal? Like I said before, the minimum effective dose to really be successful in muscle discipleship is 5 hours per week. So can you at least give 5 hours per week for this goal?
Between everything in my calendar, I'm not sure I can.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I get it, man. Dude, time is hard to find. But I know earlier, dude, you're talking about how like you have to get this done. You feel like you're not being a good example. Your kids are kind of starting to get some of these bad habits. They're seeing how you spend a lot of your time and they're kind of following in those footsteps, dude. So, man, if this is a really big deal to you, are you open to getting resourceful and finding the time to make this work?
Fuck yeah, dude. Nailed it. That was really good. All right, let's do the last one, which is fear. You remember this one?
Yes.
Okay, let's rip it.
Yep. Good, man. Sounds like we're tracking. So, man, the last alignment question you'd have to consider is consider our program aside, like take muscle discipleship out of the equation, dude. Do you yourself, looking inward, feel 100% confident that you can accomplish this goal?
Yeah, once again, kind of like 90%.
90%, man. So where's that other 10% at?
I've just failed a lot in the past, so I guess like a little bit of lack of belief.
Yeah, man. Okay. Well, dude, I totally get that. Get if that's a concern, man. But like, lack of belief aside, fear aside, how important is this goal to you?
I mean, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Well, man, I know we just talked about you losing these 50 pounds, like showing your wife that you're serious, showing your kids that you want to lead them and raise them the right way. You want to be that light. You want to lead by example, man. So, dude, I mean, are we really going to let something as silly as fear hold you back from reaching that goal?
No, sir.
No,
Now,
hell no.
if you don't feel good about it, like if I say no and you're like, you're still unsure, you can follow up with saying, and why is that?
Yeah.
I sell myself. So here, do the silliest fear line again.
Okay, yeah. So, man, are we really going to let something as silly as fear hold you back from reaching this goal?
Probably not.
Why?
Why what?
Why are you not?
Why am I not going to let fear hold me back?
Yeah.
Well, then I would just get into my story. But yeah, that follow-up there, like I now have to sell myself, right? Then I would start explaining myself, which once again is me selling myself. So anytime that like there's other scenarios, and when we get into objection handling, you'll learn this, right? But like for example, on the goal, the program reaching the goal one, right? If I say, yes, I do believe the program can help me reach my goal, and you don't feel confident, you could follow up and saying, and why do you feel so confident about it? And they're like, oh, I love the this, I love the that, I love the that. Right now, they're in sales mode for themselves.
Yes, I love that. Okay.
Cool. Okay. All right. I think that's enough for today. Just highlighting the pitch once again, really important thing AB, payment plan, pay in full. You're going to AB questions get AB responses.
Yep.
All right. And then for the payment plan, down payment first, provide the range, right? We want 1,000, so we're going to go a little lower, a little higher. And then we figure out the rest from there. It's really a logical conversation. There's nothing emotional about it. It's just following the process.
Cool. Okay. So should I go ahead and run that this afternoon?
Yes, sir.